Hello, friends, lovers, randos taking a chance on my thumbnail. Something interesting kind of happened on Twitter recently. It's a weird sentence. Nothing interesting ever happens on Twitter. It's still a complete dumpster fire, but something interesting did happen. We get this weird feature gets rolled out, and it's called Community Notes. You've probably heard of it. Most of you are secretly still on Twitter anyway. And it's really cool, and it's doomed. And it's a bummer, because it's very satisfying. It's one of the best things to happen on social media in a long time. You're just like mumbling around through your day and you're like, oh, what's going on over here? And you see somebody just typing up the dumbest shit imaginable and you're like squinting through it and you're like, who would believe that? What kind of a lunatic would even? And like you see this little blue, here we are. And you can see where someone who knew better just rolled along and just pinned a note to his door. If you're not familiar with this, right now on Twitter, people can basically pin a comment to your tweet that just like is all about how wrong you are, and you post in like receipts and all the little links you need to whatever evidence you want to show that the person saying this is wrong, or not necessarily that they're wrong. Sometimes it's just a clarification, or to just maybe expand on the way something is written. Sometimes people will write things in a really dodgy way, so sometimes it's there for context. Mostly it's there for when people just post insane brain rot like psychotic theories, and then someone can be right under there and be like, yeah, none of that's true. You're welcome to say the crazy shit you want to say, and you're welcome to believe it, but here are the facts of the matter. Now, these are community driven. It's called Community Notes for a reason. So people submit these and other people rate them up or down based on a number of categories. If you're internet literate at all, if you've lived on the internet in the past 10 years, you already can see the future. You're like, oh, that's borked. That's fine, but it's probably doomed. And I think that that's probably true. Unless there is some algorithmic technology I do not know about, this is a thing that's only going to last until people get annoyed enough with it to find a way to bot it or otherwise screw it up. The other door is that it's resistant. It does well. It's able to hold up, and people are able to keep using it to check misinformation and people's crazy ass statements, and to put in their own opposite political. Like sometimes people will post like, hey, this guy last year said the exact opposite of this with the same vigor. Here's a link to that. So like that kind of thing can be really devastating if you're using, confusing rhetoric on purpose. And that's just like not good for the I would say the Twitter ecosystem. It's bad because the Twitter ecosystem, it's a sewer that we all swim in from time to time. But we all know what it is. It's a garbage business. And the more you remove people's ability to sling garbage, the less useful it is as a garbage slinging machine. Like, why would Elon Musk let that continue to happen? Like, why would Twitter leadership want to fix that? It's just not in their best interests. If it seems like I've just skipped over the possibility that Twitter could ever be anything but garbage, I don't know, say it to yourself. There's a world where Twitter is good and I can't treat it as a serious option personally. Maybe you can. I don't think any amount of rebranding will ever change the basic, structure of the place. And it's probably best accepted as just super high calorie brain candy. As an artist, I'm interested in this for two reasons. One is sort of, and the other one much more. So the first one, very easy, because so much art, because Twitter is so much this nexus of like the public perception of what's going on. It's just a huge, huge, huge marketplace. And as an artist, when people steal art, having a way to like pin underneath it, like a thing that says, hey, this is the original source of that art, loser, stop stealing people's art, is very effective. Just really satisfying to see that from time to time. Like a piece of art comes across my thing and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And I kind of squint my eyes at it and I see the community note and it's like, hey, this is not your art. You stole this from this person. And then you see a big, comment section full of people like, hey, don't steal art, dude. Hey, not cool. Don't steal art. Like, it's uplifting. I like that. That makes me happy. And it ties into the second part of this. When you see, like I said, right now, this is a corruptible thing. It's fun because it's going my way. Later, it won't be, and that's fine because Twitter doesn't matter. But while it's here, that punch, that slice, that oomph really gave me this bizarre epiphany. It helped me understand political cartoons. I know that sounds like the dorkiest takeaway from this, but hang on, this is interesting, I promise. I have never understood political cartoons. I don't know how to construct them. I know they seem cartoonishly stupid to me, because they are, to me, like they're designed to be really simple and broad, but I don't know the right way to describe it. I've never found the art in it. Let me put it that way. I have never found something that I could use this medium to express. But here and now I do. The raw feeling of just the like, oh, it's been so long to just see a fucking little win on the board. I don't personally live I don't have a super social media heavy life. I'm around so much as I'm needed to because, part of my work is being active a little bit, but I don't really live there. So this stuff doesn't kind of live in me in the same way. Like, people being dumb and spouting misinformation doesn't really happen to me. I don't have to experience it in my day-to-day life. I sort of deal with the larger ramifications of it, as we all are doing right now. But it's not something that, I'm looking to get personal W's on because I haven't really had to go toe-to-toe with it that much. But because we sort of know these huge social media centers to be these sort of locusts of thought, they're just, we know this. They're not designed in a way that is good for normal dialogue. They're not designed in a way that is helpful for people to have normal conversations about topics. It's a rage machine. We all know this. We knew this, 10 years ago. I'm not breaking any ground here. But a problem I've heard a ton of people talk about is how much time has to be wasted all the time combating misinformation really ineffectively because social media is it's just not good for this. It's designed to generate arguments, like you say. So someone can just keep saying the same dumb thing over and over and over, and no matter how many people come along and prove them wrong, it's very easy to just glaze past them. You can just kind of pretend those people didn't happen and just keep saying wrong things, which has basically been the game plan. That's how you get misinformation done. You just pretend like you're not wrong forever. And right now, that strategy has been having a field day. But that thrives on, that needs the soil of people having no context when they hear you say your crazy thing. People kind of naturally assume that if somebody had proved you wrong, you would stop saying it, because that's just a basic. It's not even being gullible. That's just being a basically decent human being. That's just giving you the barest gesture of goodwill towards another human being, that you just assume they're not bold-faced lying to you. Because somebody who would do that is an absolute scumbag. I don't even think this would have worked if it had existed a few years ago. If you went back, let's say 5 years and instituted this, people would have just said that everything in all of the community notes is lies and then quickly would have just shuffled it under the. But right now, here and now, I think people are hungry for some kind of authenticity in the world, for anything real to get their fingers into. And maybe that's what this is. Maybe just for a minute, there's a moment before this thing is completely borked where I can kind of see the light of day for a moment. And that's interesting. That's worth celebrating. That gets me hyped up. When this gets shit canned because it's, a good tool that's good for humanity, people will want it back. People will be mad about it. There will be a correct amount of upsetty spilled over this because it's a good idea to have something like this. We should all be working to have something like this on all our social media. And let me tell you how weird that feels, because I hate Twitter. I hope I've been mean enough to them in this video. I really do, because again, top to bottom, platform of garbage. This must fall because they are... They're not about to rehabilitate. Come on. This is the time. No. Twitter will be good to us this time. Anyway, that's what's going on Twitter. The dumpster fire burned bright enough to give me visions in the flames.